Yes.
So मतलब कभी पेरेंट्स ने या फैमिली प्रेशर नहीं आया कि ट्रेडिशनल सीए क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो, and what is this ACCA all about?
I'll tell you what. So when I say that I dipped my fingers during 2014 to 2016, I actually failed my audit exam 6 times.
That is also very important. But then yes, getting a good job, I think, is what where every student aspires
Definitely.
to and ultimately land up to.
Yes.
And that is where that question is coming to you
Yeah.
again and again. That what is going to be the process like?
Yeah.
So like you said, so you are now based at EYGBS India, right?
Yeah.
So how did this whole transition from India to like UK happen really? Hello everyone, welcome to the podcast Pathways to Success with ACCA. The endeavor of this podcast is to bring you inspiring success stories of ACCA members, affiliates, and students who have had incredible journey with ACCA. Today, I'm thrilled to have an esteemed ACCA fellow member, Ms. Nishtha Saxena. Thank you so much, Nishtha, for sparing our time on your holiday to India for us and coming and sharing your success story with the students.
Thank you, Shilfi, for having me here, and it was absolutely non-negotiable for me to not be here.
Wonderful. That actually shows your passion about ACCA.
Not at all. Just anything to help out.
Wonderful. So quickly, let's start. शुरू से शुरू करते हैं. So basically, let's tell me about your early years. Schooling कहाँ से करी? कौन सी stream से करी? What about college then?
So I was born and brought up in Dubai. So I did almost 16 years of my life was spent in Dubai, and then I moved to India during my 11th grade. And the knowledge of ACCA actually came from back in Dubai itself. A lot of career exhibitions that used to happen, and we used to speak to them and realize that this is a qualification you can do right after 12th, which was very fascinating that you can do a CA course according to that. But once I was back in India, of course, the avenues in North India weren't so great. So I went on to the traditional path. I did my graduation from Delhi University.
Wonderful.
And during my graduation itself, I found a few tutors who were able to help me with starting my ACCA journey. So that's how it has started.
Wonderful. And basically, what year are we talking about?
So I came back to India in the middle of 2010.
Okay.
And then I stepped into my ACCA journey in 2014, but I did not kickstart it until 2016.
Okay, so along with your graduation, you had started off with your ACCA.
Yes, I decided to dip my toes in the water and see how, foundation level one or two papers, how are they going to be? How is the exam going to be? It sounds ridiculous, but to get a feel of international degree.
Actually.
Yeah. So that's how it started. Yes.
So मतलब कभी parents ने या family pressure नहीं आया कि traditional CA क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो, and what is this ACCA all about?
So to be honest, my family actually has 2 Indian CAs, and one is an examiner for Indian CA papers. So ever since I was growing up, I've seen those bags of mark sheets come in and then getting signed, and then also saw my brother doing it, and I was like, okay, this is something I do not want to do because it's years and years of toil, and the fail rates are just crazy. And I was like, listen, I know I want to become a chartered accountant, but let's find another way. And my exposure in Dubai to ACCA was really helpful, and I was like, okay, this is something I can get behind. Let's do something different.
Absolutely. I think that was a brave decision to take back then, because coming from, a family where you've seen chartered accountants all around, getting into a global, certified accountancy qualification like ACCA. And I think that would really be coming from the fact that, yes, you had already seen demand for it in Dubai. You had seen that, what kind of international recognition this qualification already has. So probably that, made that decision a lot more easier for you.
Definitely. I think the key decision point was knowing that it was open to, at that point, more than 200 countries, because the Commonwealth and everything was involved. And yeah, that was the big thing, that this is going to not keep me limited to India and open doors for me outside.
Wonderful. So, tell me, how was your journey with ACCA? If I go through your accolades, I think that is something which is like amazing. I must tell all our viewers as well. So, Nishtha is an all India India rank 1 in ACCA and All India rank 3 affiliate worldwide for ACCA. So that's just brilliant. So academically, you were always very sound, right?
Actually, not really.
Really?
So
With
when
such
I,
accolades?
I'll tell you what. So when I say that I dipped my fingers during 2014 to 2016, I actually failed my audit exam 6 times.
Oh God, I
And
cannot believe this.
so I failed it, like sixth time was lucky. And the way that happened was because there were exams happening only twice a year. So that was something that reduced the number of attempts. And then the marks that I was getting was, like 45, the next attempt 46, 47, not really reaching that 50
Right,
point, which is
right.
like, okay, what am I doing? What am I missing? That there must be something there. And that's what led me to move from Delhi to Bangalore, because a friend recommended an institute and said, you know what, the environment is really nice, which I did not understand in the beginning, but I was like, okay, I need help. So if there's a friend who's recommending some place, let me go there and see. And then I went there and I failed it again. And I failed and I passed my other exams. So I was giving 2
Okay.
attempts at a time, and F8 was like a constant with all my other fundamental exams, and I was clearing the rest of them. So that was a little annoying that, you keep failing and then what's going to happen. But yeah, I honestly feel that your institute, the kind of students that you're surrounded with,
Absolutely.
really helps. Because at one point when I was going into that exam hall for audit, people who were giving their exams were also like, hey, you should clear this time. I feel like I had the well wishes of everybody when I was going through that exam. Then I finally made it, and I seriously, guys, I just got 53. And my dad said, you got 3 marks extra. We didn't need those 3 marks for you to pass this exam.
I think that's a very key takeaway that सिर्फ एक एवरेज स्टूडेंट भी अच्छे से ACCA कर सकता है अगर आप डेडिकेटेडली पढ़ रहे हो. You're doing what your mentors are guiding you to do, and that is, I think, the whole role of the environment which you mentioned. So your mentor, your trainers, the amount of takeaway that you're taking in the classes, and then going back home, practicing, revising, doing those additional questions, which is so very important. Exam technique is actually non-negotiable.
It is. I think unless you crack that exam technique, we're going to be stuck between that 45 to 50 mark, and it is so frustrating. But yeah, keeping in mind, I'm pretty sure it still works the same way. It's how many marks per minute.
Absolutely.
And I remember my eyes used to be on the clock. The 15 minutes that I used to get in the beginning, I used to allocate time to each of my exams. Okay, these many marks means I have to give this much time to this. And if that time crosses, move on to the next
Drop
question.
there, yes.
Drop
That
it.
is very important. So 1.8 minutes per mark.
Yes, that's still the same. So
yes,
yeah,
so that is what we tell the students to follow, and then just drop dead after that.
drop it.
So section A, if it's 30 marks and you've already spent say about 54 minutes, just drop dead section A, move on to the next section,
Yeah.
flag the questions which are you're still
Yeah.
pending with, and come back to them later
Come back
on.
to them.
Yes, so that is something which is very important. And see, this is something which has always been there and will always remain the same as well. So guys, please, those of you who are pursuing the ACCA examinations, please follow the right exam technique. So right, Nishtha, so then, like, what happened after your ACCA then? What about your career then? How did it really, start?
Yeah.
And then how did you flourish?
No, that's very kind of you to say. So she said that, All India rank and this and that. But once you are done and you're out of the nest of your tuition provider, I think the real struggle starts with getting that entry into a job. Now you could be focusing on mid-size firms, but I think most of us aspire to be in big fours.
Yes.
And there are a couple of names that are pretty famous for having ACCAs within them. But stepping right into those interview calls is not easy. For me, what has worked is I was always building on my LinkedIn profile. I used to keep that quite up to date. I used to connect with a lot of people. Whoever had ACCA in their name, they had a friend request going out from me. And a lot of members and experienced members all across the globe were very, gracious enough to accept that request. And that itself was quite encouraging. And during my job search process, there was such an individual from the ACCA community who had posted about a job, and I reached out to him saying that, hey, this is this. this is my profile with ACCA, can you help me? And he did. And he made sure that I was getting the interview call, and he put a lot of effort in to make sure that those interviews were happening. And once I gave that interview, they thought I was technically good enough to join, and then I joined EY GDS in Bangalore.
Wonderful.
In 2018.
Wow, that's just great. And actually, there is a key takeaway from what you just said. We always say that, yes, ACCA has global demand. They have, multiple approved employees of ACCA are there in India as well, which obviously includes the Big Four also. But at the same time, instead of just directly reaching out to them, this ACC community network, which you've mentioned, I think that is something which is very, very important. So yes, build upon your LinkedIn profile, reach out to as many ACC students and members, affiliates as much as you can, and gain insights from them.
Definitely. And also search for ACCA advocates. We have the name advocate in our bio somewhere or the other, and we try to help as many students as we can. I used to be very active earlier. Now my schedule's really tightened up, so I'm not able to help as many students. But then I try to route them to the ACCA management and be like, hey, they can help you. Because the questions are always, what is the job prospects, ma'am, and everything. Like, first, finish your exams.
Yes. That is also very important. But then, yes, getting a good job, I think, is what, where every student aspires to and ultimately land up to.
Yes.
And that is where that question is coming to you again and again, that, what is going to be the process like?
Yeah.
So like you said, so you are now placed at EY GDS India, right?
Yeah.
So how did this whole transition from India to like UK happen really?
That's also a lovely ACCA story, because I was with them for about 4 to 5 years, and I was dabbling in the fact that, okay, my ultimate aim is to get out of India. And the reason I did ACCA was to become more global and be outside of India. But then how to make that shift, right? Because the economies are not great. The jobs don't come out as openly as they used to, even for countries outside of India. And then one day I see this message on my LinkedIn, some senior manager from Deloitte UK saying, hey, I saw your profile. There are openings in audit. Would you be open to moving countries?
Oh, wow. So they actually reached out to you directly.
They reach out to me directly.
Wonderful. So, I mean, this is the kind of value add, I think, the qualification brings to the table.
Definitely.
So you had BCom, you had ACCA, and that's it.
That's it.
That's all that was really required to, gain that shift in the career really.
Definitely. And there's obviously, a lot of hard work put in during your initial years.
There is absolutely no success to the hard work that goes behind it.
Yes. So after, it took me 3 or 4 years, and you do need to be like almost a senior to then be considered outside of the UK. So I worked towards all of that. And then I was like, ghar aayi opportunity pe kuch nahi karna chahiye. And that's when I reworked my CV, and I was like, oh my God, I've not updated my CV in 5 years. I don't know what have I done in 5 years. But and I was lucky enough to get through those interview calls, and we had partner level interview sessions, and then within 3 months, it was it.
Wow. So within 3 months, you were able to crack that ultimately dream job in Deloitte UK.
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful.
You called it right. That was the dream. Yes.
So like, what would you really would be the key message that you want to send out to students? Because सबको यही लगता है कि global qualification कर ली है, तो शायद ये करके डायरेक्टली यूके में, दुबई में, सिंगापुर में जॉब मिल जाएगी. बट ऑब्वियसली ऐसा नहीं होता. There's a pathway to it, and one of the pathways you've just explained from your own journey. So this is something which is very important for the students to also understand कि हाँ, global qualification है, but you have to work your way up towards it, isn't it?
Definitely. There is your qualification gets you an interview, but your qualification won't get you a job. You have to work on your interpersonal skills, your communication skills for that matter, and how can you translate the knowledge that you've received from ACCA. And these exams are also case study based, which really changes a student's mindset on how they want to approach a situation, which I believe other qualifications really lack.
Absolutely.
So how do you leverage what you have learned and display it to the person in front of you? That matters. So don't just rely on your qualification. Qualification is important for technicality, but also work on how you are presenting yourself and maintain your LinkedIn networking skills. That is absolutely important.
So thank you so much, Nishtha, for sharing your inspiring journey with all the students out there and showing them that ACCA really can be the pathway to global success for you. So to all our listeners, if Nishtha's journey has inspired you, you should know that yes, this is one of the ways in which you can achieve a dream global career. So keep working on your interpersonal skills, keep adding on to your qualification, keep working on your profile building, and yes, you will be able to land in your dream job. Till then, thank you so much, guys.